Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Siva channel here. Today we'll be learning how to make this simple balloon trouser or pants. It's a very simple tutorial, beginner friendly, no pattern needed. If this is what you like, stick and stay. What you need is your choice of fabric, scissors, tape measure and chalk. I will be cutting the front panel first. So on the front panel, on fold, you're going to measure the width of the fold or the front panel. If it's half of your tie measurement, then you can go ahead and cut. Then the length of the trouser, mine is 40 inches, together with the allowance for the casing of the elastic. So I mark my starting line, then I'm going to come down by 1.5, which is going to be for my band. So from the starting line, I'm going to mark my waist to hip measurement. Mine is 9 inches. Please, if you're using a fabric like this, don't forget to pin them because it was very difficult keeping it in place. And then my crotch measurement, which is my hip divided by 4, mine is 12 inches. I added 1 inch, making it 13 for ease. So remember, we are going to be cutting from the second line. On my hip line, I'm going to mark my hip divided by 4. Mine is 12 inches plus extra 2 inches allowance. On my crotch line, I'm going to mark half of my tie measurement. Mine is 15 plus extra 2 inches. Connect these points together. I mean the hip point to the crotch point. At the angle, come out by 1 inch. Then draw the crotch curve. At the center front, on the waistline, you're going to come in by ½ inch and then connect that point back to the hip line. Sorry, my lines are faint. I hope you follow the video and then follow up any question you have in the comment section. So you're going to connect the crotch point straight down to the hem of the pants or trouser. You can go ahead and cut now. If you've made it this far, thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Came down by ½ inch on the center front and then cut it out. So now our front panel is ready. Remember, I've not slit open the side yet. We are going to be using the front panel to cut the back panel. You are going to place your front panel on the remaining fabric, making sure there is extra allowance at the top and then on the side, especially at the crotch area. So from the center front, I'm going to come in by 1 inch. Remember, we are drawing the back panel. So on the front panel, I'm going to come in by 1 inch and then go up by 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to replace the 1 inch I took on the side of the front panel. So 1 inch. Then connect it like so. Remember, this 1 inch that we extended on the back or on the side, we are going to draw it straight down to form the side of the back panel. And then on the crotch line of the back panel, I came out by 2.5 inches. Then you are going to connect it from the 1.5 mark, forming the center back crotch curve, just as you see me doing. All right. I hope you understand and I'm not confusing anyone. Like I said, you can reach me in the comment section and I'll gladly answer you. So we are going to go down to the hem of the back panel. By the hem, you're going to go out by just 1.5 inches. Extra allowance, like I said before. So remember, on the side, I added 1 inch, and then in the inseam or center back, I added 1.5 inches. You can go ahead and cut it out. Our back panel is ready. So we are going to place the remaining fabric aside, and now we have our front panel, then our back panel. It's now time for me to slit open the front panel. On the side of both panels, you're going to come down by 1 inch. Make sure both the front and then the back panel align, then make a notch. That is where you're going to start your pocket or place your pocket. So go ahead and cut the pocket like how I'm doing. Just watch how I'm doing it. I folded my fabric into 4 like this. Place my hand on it and then went ahead to cut it. I realized my markings were not showing, so I'm going to make a detailed tutorial on how to cut pockets later on. So you're going to open this side. That is where you'll be attaching to the trouser. And then you make a notch on one side so that it will be easy for you to know which side will be facing up and which side will be facing down. Very easy. So you're going to bring in both the front panel and then the back panel, and then the side of each panel you're going to place the pocket pieces on the side of each panel with the notch part facing up. I hope you understand. So you're going to do the same for all the pieces or all the sides of the panel. Then you're going to sew on the side. So you're going to sew on that side to attach it, flip it over and top stitch. You do same for both the front and then the back. I hope you understand. I also went ahead to join the center front and the center back together. So now we have the back piece and then we have the front piece. You place either of them on each other with front side facing each other, making sure the sides and then inseam align. Make sure you pin if you have to, and then you're going to sew just as my hand is indicating. So you sew on the side straight and then sew on the pocket straight. You're also going to sew the inseam. I've gone ahead to join the side and then the inseam, just as I showed you earlier. Then we are going to flip to the right side, and this is what we have right now. Our trouser is taking shape. We are going to work on the hem right now. So on the hem, we are going to fold. Create a casing for the elastic, which is going to be used for the gathers later on. So this is what I was talking about. I folded in half of an inch round, left a small space, about 1 inch space, to form a casing, and that is where we'll be inserting our elastic. You can also decide to use a rope or a strap if you want to, that you can tie later, but I decided to use an elastic. So I measured my heel, then added extra inches because I didn't want it so tight. If you want it tight, you can measure your heel and then do the exact same amount. So we are going to pass the elastic through the casing. Very simple, very easy. If you've made it this far, thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So after successfully passing the elastic through the casing, we are going to go ahead and then stitch it together. Spread the gathers evenly, like so, for both. And then you remember the space you left open for the casing or for the passage of the elastic, you are going to close it up. Make sure you do not sew on your elastic. So the hem of the trouser is done. We are going to move to the waistline. So on the waistline, you are going to measure the length of the waistline round. Then what you get, you are going to cut a strap. The strap will be dependent on the type of elastic you are using. I'm using 1 inch elastic, so I cut a 2.5 inch unfold strap, and that's what I'll be attaching to the waist. Just watch how I'll be attaching it. So I fold it this way, and I'm going to attach it all round the waistline, making sure I leave space for the passage of the elastic, just as we did for the hem of the trouser. So I'm going to bring in my elastic. I usually like to mark one side to know which one is passing, to prevent turning of the elastic. Then I'm going to pass the elastic through the channel I created round. Very easy. After that, our pants is ready. Very easy. You can also decide to sew in between, just as I'm showing, for decorative purposes if you want, but I didn't. So you cut off excess rope, and then our pants is ready. See me rocking in my pants. I really love the outcome of this pants. See me posing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Love you. Bye.